In the 2 days after destroying one task force and the capital ships of another, Allied forces in the Soloman Islands area of operations saw relatively little action other than small-scale interdictions and the sinking of 3 enemy submarines in Iron Bottom Sound. Meanwhile, Allied transport fleets continued moving men and material from Australia and New Hebrides to Port Moresby, Milne Bay, and Guadalcanal, mostly unhindered due to the increased presence of destroyer escorts. As a result, in the next few days, Allied commanders expected 2 airfield upgrade projects to complete, as well as the elimination of Japanese troops at Buna and the Shortland Islands. Welcome back to War on the Sea. It is 24th of September, 1942, 5 a.m. in the morning, and I have all my search aircraft up. Whether they will follow their search patterns is another story. Usually when I load a game, the search aircraft will go out a certain distance, like say, like the Sunderland here. It'll go out to maybe here, and then it'll just stop. So sometimes I have to redo the search patterns. We will see if that's the case today. But I did have something else to say about this campaign, and that is I'm not sure how much longer it can actually go on. I mean, I can make it go on as long as I want, but I kind of expected to have a bit more opposition as I went after these last couple of capture points that the Japanese have, like Buka, Bougainville, and Leh, but I don't think the Japanese are capable of defending. I wanted to go through the list here and see what they have available. Let's first check out what they've lost. This is a list of Japanese ships destroyed throughout the campaign, and I believe, well, there's a lot of them. 149 total ships sunk, 1.2 million total tons, and they've lost 550 aircraft. Meanwhile, our losses, we've lost the light cruiser Brooklyn, and 454 aircraft. That's pretty much it. As far as Japanese ships, we'll start with the carriers. We'll just go through here and see if they have much of anything left. The Shukaku class, we have the Zuikaku is still out there if they want to use it. The Hayo, is it the Hio or Hayo class? The Junyo, they still have, so that's 2 fleet carriers. The Ryo class, they have 4 carriers they can use if they want. I think I have 4 carriers total that I could get. So the Japanese had so many more resources than the U.S. side had at the very beginning. We look at light carriers. I don't think there's much in the way of light carriers. Those 2 are sunk. The Nishin class sunk. The Ruriho class, they've still got one of those. Well, the class ship, the Zuiho. That one has been, well, one is unavailable, one is sunk. The Taiyo, this is the one we've been sinking lately. We got the Taiyo and the Unyo. Those are the last 2 that we sank. And the Hosho, that one's been sunk. And this has been sunk as well. Battleships, I think they have a few left. I think all the Congos are, all the Congos have been sunk. Fuso, we have the Yamashiro left. The Issei class, those have been sunk. The Nagato, I believe those are sunk as well. We have yet to see a Yamato or her sister ship. Don't know where they are or if they're coming out. So basically 4 aircraft carriers left, 2 battleships. I remember when I said that they don't have many heavy cruisers left. Let's take a look at this. Those are all sunk. The Oba class sunk. Mayoko class sunk. Takao class sunk. Mogami class, all sunk, except for one is unavailable. And the Tone class, also. Oh, well, let me rephrase. I said they didn't have very many heavy cruisers left. They have none left. I won't even go through the light cruisers. I believe they have several light cruisers left, but that's about all they have. Yeah, they have several classes here. And I believe they have plenty, yeah, they have plenty left to choose from if they choose to do so. We have looks like one ship here, Destroyer Escort. Looks like it's headed towards Guadalcanal Island. I honestly don't care. There's another one here, hovering around the Soloman Sea. Don't know where it's going. Supposedly there's a sub. I think this is a sub here. It's probably headed back to port. I think this is the one we damaged. It says 4 ships, but I think it's just a sub. We also supposedly have a sub here. We will check that as well. But this episode, I think we're going to continue basically kind of probably what we did last episode, running our transports. These 3 from Australia, Task Force 2021 and 3031 and 35 are all headed to Port Moresby, but I think some of them have troops. So they'll be going to Port Moresby first and then dumping the troops at Milne Bay. And I think we have, let's see, yeah, Task Force 20 here is just hanging out waiting until we're done with Shortland Islands, which should be sometime. I keep saying this every episode. Well, this episode it will probably take it, but it never seems to happen. Here's Buna. And I don't understand how they're holding out. I mean, we got lots more troops than they are. They just hiding in caves? I don't know. But we're still waiting on those. Task Force, 2 down here is waiting for Enterprise to return, and I think she has 3 more days in Dockyard. And, well, that's it. Here's Task Force 7 and 1 Hornet hanging out, just waiting to see if there's anything to do. Any Japanese task forces to intercept. We did intercept one over here in the last couple episodes. Actually, a couple. We fully sank one of them, and one of them we got the carrier and the battleship, and it disappeared. Don't know where it went. Have not been able to find it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it retreated out here and it's still out here somewhere, and then we may find it as it tries to come back in. We'll see. I'm just going to let this run and just kind of babysit my transports until something comes up. I'll be back when that happens. Okay, I did launch some Havocs to deal with this sub. And we're going to go ahead and get in there and go take a look. So we have a formation of 3 and then 1 extra, it looks like. Let's see where if it's on the surface. Alright, looks like sub, where is it? It's right. Alright, let's tell them, let's have it target. Have that one target, and let's just tell them to go in and attack right away. And let's see what they can do. See if they can get it before it goes down. Alright, looks like she dived. I don't know. Let's see if we can determine her condition. Heavy damage, no flooding. Meh. Well. We tried. Let's confirm. Let's leave, and then if we see it again out here, we'll send some more. Okay, coming up on the second sub, I sent some bowfighters out. For this one, how many did I bring? 4? Okay, we'll have them lower altitude right away, and then target that one and attack all of you. And I'll probably slow them down as they come in. It kind of depends on how long this is going to stay on the surface. Okay, let's take a look at the report on this one. This one I feel was much more effective. Critical damage, moderate flooding. I don't know if it will sink or not. I'm not even sure if it's worth sticking around to find out. I doubt it. I mean, it's possible, I guess. Maybe we could, maybe I'll circle around for a little bit. Well, it doesn't appear to be. We've been here for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat. And we'll head back to base. Okay, it's about 11:30 in the morning, and I've noticed some transports, and it appears if they are headed... Yep, they're both headed to Soloman Islands, I believe. We will destroy them before they get there. It's going to be a while before they get there, actually. They might actually be trying to get there at night. What I'm going to do is move Task Force 7 up a little bit. Put them in the slot, probably right about here. So I can get them a little closer. And we'll monitor these transports as they approach Soloman Islands. And as soon as they get somewhat close, we'll launch a strike. If it's getting late in the day, we'll launch it obviously before the sun goes down, so we can sink those transports. Other than that, not a whole lot else. Okay, it looks like Kingfish caught some transports, or maybe just one transport coming from Rabaul. So we will begin this encounter, and hopefully we're far enough away so that we can make a course correction to intercept. Oh, it's coming right at us. Nice. So there it is right there. We will make it a target, and we'll probably just turn in this direction just a little bit. Just turn the boat and get ready for that transport. Okay, the merchant is less than 2,000 yards away. We have a 99% solution. I was just waiting just a little bit before I let loose. I think we're going to just fire one torpedo. I think that'll be enough. If not, we'll follow up with another one. I don't remember if... I think this one's armed. But I don't see a gun, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't have one. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and fire one torpedo. Alright, the torpedo actually detonated. Let's see the report. Heavy damage, heavy flooding. We might require... Oh, I see another explosion there, though. I don't know if that was a... Didn't say it was a cargo explosion. We'll wait a little bit and see what happens. We'll go ahead and probably Plot a course in this direction and full speed. And our target is moving at 7 knots, so we can overtake it if needed, but hopefully we don't need to. I'm hoping this turns into heavy flooding and sinking. We'll see. It appears she's not going to sink. I just want to, before I come up and use the deck gun, I just want to make sure she doesn't have any guns. It's a Koroshin Maru class merchant. Let's take a look real quick. I just don't remember. Weapons, they have no weapons. Does have anti-aircraft, but no weapons. So we'll just surface and finish it off with the deck gun. The freighter is sinking after, I think we hit it with one of the HE shells. Hit it and caused a cargo explosion, and that was it. So let's look at the report real. Yep, it's sinking. Let's retreat. And 2 more command points. Well, here is a surprise. Supposedly, Kingfish is catching a new carrier task force coming out of her ball. Let's take a look, definitely, and see if this is what we think it is. Oh shit, there it is over there. I'm curious, it looks like there's at least a battleship. That might be a carrier right there. Let's turn Kingfish around right away, just in case. So far, we are not spotting anything. Well, I mean, we can see it, but it hasn't shown up here. Okay. Well, there's planes in the air, so it's definitely a carrier. Can I take a look? Oh, here we go. Another carrier task force. I wonder if Kingfish can hit that carrier. I don't know. They may have spotted Kingfish. That's what it appears like to me. Another battleship. That is one of those. I think it's a light carrier class, and I think it's the Taiyo class. That's what it looks like to me. Anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep. Which means it's the Chuyo. And that would be number 3. I don't know if I'm going to be able, if the Kingfish is going to be able to get a solution on it. But we'll make it our target and see what we can do. I'm going to try and move closer, although I think actually the destroyers know I'm here. I'm not... I don't have to sink the carrier with Kingfish. It's just good to know that it's out there and it's coming. But those... Yeah, I think the planes may have spotted us. So let's navigate away, actually. Okay, I left the engagement. The destroyers knew I was there. The aircraft that overflew me found me, and they were headed my way. They were still about 10,000 yards off, but I dove and left. There was no way I was going to get that carrier. The carrier was heading back to Rabaul. The destroyers were heading for me, so I just left. But it's good to know. At least I know there's a new one out there now. And we will monitor its progress as it comes from Rabaul. I don't think it's going to go back. I think it's going to come out and play. So we'll keep our search aircraft up, and hopefully we can keep track of that new task force. Not much else is happening, just a little update. Kingfish has another encounter. The task force, it says 8 ships now, but I'm sure it's more, has passed Kingfish. I'm not going to do this encounter. I just wanted to show you where the Japanese task force is now. And this could be a job for Saratoga. We'll see. Saratoga, remember, has a full, well, mostly full complement of aircraft. I could easily go after that carrier. I doubt they know that Task Force 10 is down here. I could bring it up and come out and play. I'm not exactly fond of charging in with my carriers. How far away is this task force? I think it's a little beyond our range right now. It's about 370 miles. That's extreme range. I don't think I'm going to wait. We're going to... I'm sure they're going to shoot down several of my Sunderlands probably, but we need to get some Sunderlands up here in this area. What do we have here? We have Mariners and Catalinas. Could bring another Sunderland up. We have these in reserve. I will leave these here and use them as I need them to keep track of this task force. But I do have a bunch of Sunderlands patrolling the Solomon Sea, so we should be able to keep track of it. Okay, it's starting to get late in a mostly uneventful day. It is a little past 6 p.m., and I want to provide an update before nightfall. We still have Task Force 30, 31, and 35 headed to Port Moresby. Nothing has changed there. I have not moved Task Force 10. I did lose the Japanese carrier task force, but I believe it's right about here. These two transports, one was a fuel ship. I did take a look at them with the Sunderland, and one of them was just a smaller transport. They keep hovering right here. They keep coming towards Shortland and then moving back. Towards Shortland, moving back. So I didn't launch anything from Hornet. So I'm going to sit here overnight. I did bring Task Force 1 down towards Rental Island. There were some ships down here. I don't know what they are. One, I believe, was a destroyer. I think there's a sub around here somewhere. I'm just chasing them off, or hoping to engage them to destroy them, but so far I haven't found anything. And that's pretty much it. We're going to go through the night and then hopefully pick up that task force in the morning. I'm probably going to leave Task Force 10 here, and I'm probably going to leave Task Force 7 here as well. I started moving Task Force 1 up in this direction. I don't want to move I don't want to get in range of their bombers. I just want to provide a little bit of, I don't know, deterrence just in case they were moving to Shortland Islands. And also, if we do get a strike in the morning, I want to be able to move up and clean up that task force. We'll see. Okay, 5 a.m. on September 25th, Task Force 31, I think it was around 3 a.m., maybe 2:30, arrived at Port Moresby and delivered their supplies. This is what it looks like now. Task Force 35 is almost there with the fuel, so I thought I would empty that cargo as soon as they arrived, and I think Task Force 21 is almost arrived with their engineering parts and troops. And we got this is probably the carrier task force, I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, but if it is, Well, they're 280 miles out, and from Task Force 7, oh, about the same. So I'm going to send up a reconnaissance flight and see what this is, make sure that's what that is. I think these Sunderlands kind of zigzag around, so let's find something else that we can send up right away. Like, say, a Kingfisher. Let's send up one of them and head directly for this task force to see what it is. And meanwhile, I didn't catch... There was another task force operating in... A Japanese task force operating in this area. I did not catch it. Brought out Task Force 11 and 1. I just couldn't catch it. It slipped away. I think it was headed to Guadalcanal, but it never appeared. So I'm not sure. So again, we'll continue, and we'll be back as soon as I figure out what this is. Well, this doesn't look good. I'm not sure how they were able to... I don't know if they were spreading out their search airplanes, but they may have located Task Force 10. I'm going to launch something from Milne Bay. I don't know that... That's just a... Let's launch a couple of P-40s and go take it down. Now, of course, we have to be vigilant now for an airstrike from the Japanese carrier, but we have plenty of air power here. There's no way that they would be getting through. We have 37 Wildcats plus a bunch of Kitty Hawks. There's no way. So if they want to launch a strike against Saratoga, bring it. Okay, the Kitty Hawks have arrived. See if we can find that search aircraft. Shoot it down. It is still early morning, so it may be difficult. Visibility is only 34%. There it is. Right there. Right there. Dudes. It's right there. That should have been a kill. Come on, guys. Okay, maybe this time. Maybe this time. Perfect. Alright, we'll leave. They may have caught a look at Task Force 10. Don't know. I can't imagine that they didn't see it. I don't know if... Maybe... Now, I think they have to be a little closer than this. Pretty sure it's possible they may have found us. We'll see. I'm still waiting to get a plane over here. Kingfisher. Gotta make sure that... It looks like they're moving north now. Alright, I think Task Force 35 has arrived at Port Moresby. Let's see if we can unload all the cargo. It looks like we were able to. Good, good, good. And I think now we're just waiting on engineering parts. Yep. We have plenty of fuel supplies. We just need the engineering parts. And they are coming in Task Force 30. We have engineering troops. Again, I'm going to drop off the engineering parts here. And then this task force is going to head over to Milne Bay with the troops. And it's going to stay there. And I think over here, Task Force 21 has arrived. It has. With a bunch of troops and engineering, we'll unload all that cargo as well. Okay, it looks like they're all out. Let's see if we can... I think we can upgrade Guadalcanal's airfield now. We can. So we will do that. And we need more fuel and about 10 more supplies to upgrade it to level 4. We have 12 Wildcats here now. 8 Air Cobras, 9 Dauntless, 6 Mitchells. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Task Force 21. Or was it 20, 21, 20, 20? Okay, yeah, that's right. I have... Okay, let's send Task Force 21 back. And we finally Kingfisher finally caught up to this task force. Let's take a look and make sure this is the one we're looking for. If we can see it in the early morning hours. No, this is a different task force. That is, what the hell is this? I thought... Okay. Destroyer escort. That looks like a heavy cruiser, but I know it's not. What is this? Okay, actually it's a light cruiser. It is the Yubari class light cruiser is what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it is. Interesting. What has it got? 6 14-centimeter guns. Some depth charges. 8 torpedoes. Not bad for a light cruiser. Okay. And that's sitting right here. We'll have them return to base. That is not the target we're looking for. Alright, we just received notification that enemy troops have been defeated at Buna. And sure enough, they're all gone. We still have 10,000 troops here. 10,700 supplies. And it's a mixed airfield. We're going to get Lightnings, Bowfighters, and Mitchells. That's a really good mix there. I like it. I like it a lot. So they're finally gone. So we are going to begin operations now. We do have Task Force. Is it up here already? Task Force, yes. Task Force 30 has arrived. So we can also unload all of its cargo here at Port Moresby. Why did I close the task force there? I just want to verify that everything's dropped. Oh, I shouldn't have. Yeah, I need to pick up the troops, though. I need to pick the troops back up. Or at least part of them. I didn't want to drop all of them. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade the airfield here. Now we have airfield 4. And we need 5,000. We got the supplies. We just need a couple more. 300 more engineering and fuel to upgrade it again. We have 12 Lightnings, 12 Air Cobras, 9 Beauforts, 9 Mitchells. Really, really good to go along with the Lightnings and Beaufighters and Mitchells here. It's perfect, in fact. So I got to figure this out. These can carry 2,200 troops, I believe. Port Moresby. Yeah, we're going to want to pick all of those up, I believe. Let's do that right now. All right, Task Force 30 now has 2,300 troops, and we will be on our way to Milne Bay. And then from there, we will load up with cargo, although, let's see, how many troops do we have here? We'll probably leave it. We might leave some troops there, pick up the supplies, and head on out to Buna. Not like that we need any more troops and supplies here, but the more the merrier. So let's get going to Milne Bay. How long is this going to take? This trip. It's got to go around here. It's going to be about, oh, that's not bad, 21 hours or so, 21 and a half hours. The question as to whether or not Task Force 10 was spotted or not appears to have been answered. We have incoming bombers. So general quarters, we need to also launch some Wildcats. I'm probably going to launch, maybe 10 and meet them about halfway. And if I need more, I'll just launch more. But I think 10's probably going to be overkill, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to start. I think this is a good place to start. So let's go tactical. Hopefully they don't slip past us, but even if they do, should be able to easily catch up. Okay, there they are. It looks like maybe just one Kate. Ridiculous. But it is a torpedo bomber. So did this come from the carrier up near Rabaul? And she's gone. Well, I waited around for a while, but I do not see any others. So we will leave, and what we'll do is we'll have the Wildcats fly combat air patrol over Task Force 10 until they're out of endurance, and it's only 10 Wildcats, so we'll be fine. Oh yes, this is what I forgot to mention a little bit ago. After that last encounter, I've been seeing zeros, and I know these are zeros because I've shot down a Sunderland, and they first appeared over here, and these are naval aircraft, so I believe their carrier is somewhere hanging out somewhere over here, I think. That's just what I'm I'm pretty sure we're going to send out the Wildcats. I don't know. This is maybe 2 of them. Probably going to lose a Sunderland here. But we're going to send the Wildcats over and shoot these assholes down. Okay, we're converging here on the 0 right there. Let's go tactical. I launched some Kitty Hawks too. Some P-40s. And they're meeting up with the Wildcats. And this is a great day for flying. It says visibility 63, but... Ooh, here we go. Let's mix this up. Yes. Okay, I think we're going to just check the report, and Japanese aircraft keep popping up. We have 9 aircraft left. They have 10. I'm sorry, we have 8. They have 10. So we're going to leave, and we're going to bring up some more Wildcats. Or let's see if we have some. I think we have some more fighters at Milne Bay. Let's bring up the Kitty Hawks. Send them up and send them over here, and let's get some more from the Saratoga. Should be able to. Probably 10 more. We're definitely dealing with aircraft from the carrier that's out here, so it would be nice to shoot them all down if we can. Alright, let's get those Wildcats in the air and up over here as quickly as possible. Okay, we've caught them again. I don't know how many they have here, but we have 6. They shot down all of our P-40s, by the way, last battle. Most of the Wildcats were left, but all the P-40s were gone. We have 6 more P-40s here, and we have what's left of the Wildcats up here, which is 7 and another 10. So 17, 23 against whatever they got there. And they're coming my way. I think, it looks like they're headed a little south, perhaps. Right about there. There we go. Let's begin and do it all over again as soon as we see them. Okay. I'm going to check the report real quick. They have 5 aircraft? Is that? I'm disappointed. There they are over there, looks like. Yep. Oh no, here they come. Okay, I think that's it. I think they're all gone. I've been waiting to see some gunshots, and I don't see them, and everybody's flying straight and level, so we'll check the report. They lost all 10 aircraft. We only lost 2. I'm not sure which ones were lost, but good work. Good work. We shot down... Let's see, on the last report, this is 10 here. I think on the last report, they lost a couple? I don't remember exactly what it was. We'll leave. That should be most of the fighter aircraft of that light carrier, wherever it is. So I might... What time is it? 2 o'clock in the evening. I might push Saratoga up. Maybe bring it around here and get a little bit more aggressive. Maybe send up a few more. Like the Catalinas are pretty slow. Maybe, what are their range? Some bow fighters. Just a little sprint out here to see if we can find it. Maybe? Okay, here's what I've decided to do. I'm going to launch a bunch of Catalinas, and we're going to try and cover this area of the Soloman Islands, looking for that Japanese task force. I also want to bring... Let's send the Wildcat, the P-40s back to base, and this small group of Wildcats, because they only got 51 endurance anyway, we'll return them. But we're going to leave the other Wildcats up. The 9, they have 354 nautical miles of endurance. We will just have them navigate in this direction, because I am going to move Task Force 10. We're probably going to move them a little closer. Like maybe bring them up to here, perhaps. So if I do catch them, because it's starting to get a little late. It's only 2 p.m. now, but it won't be long until it's starting to get dark. And the closer I am, the better. That way, if we do find them, it won't take long to get to them. If we do find them, we'll see. I am also going to move Hornet up. We'll probably move them up to here. I'll move Task Force 1 up there as well to help out. Okay, we found it. It's right here, and it has traveled actually a lot farther than I expected. I thought maybe it was up in this area by now, but it basically hit the gas, and now it's down here. Now, I concentrated my Catalinas down here because I kept seeing aircraft in this area disappearing. So after I launched, I narrowed the arc a little bit, and here it is. And just in time, too, because I got a notification that Saratoga can launch aircraft. And I was just about to land these Wildcats. They only have 34 nautical miles of endurance left. And if I had done that, I couldn't have launched anything from Saratoga. So I'm going to launch everything right now from Saratoga. We are only about 147 nautical miles away. It is only almost 4 p.m. It's going to be still daylight when we get there, and we should have decent lighting to see. Don't know about Hornet's aircraft. There's 260 nautical miles away. What I could do is launch them right away and then launch Task Force 10s and then kind of wait for them. That's probably what I'll do. Launch Saratoga's aircraft, sit over here, wait for them, and wait for as long as I can. And if it gets either too dark or they're running out of endurance, I'll strike with just Saratoga's aircraft. But I'll do all I can to wait for Hornets. So I'm going to launch them all and get them going towards the target. Okay, here we are. Here's the situation. Here is the task force right here. I surrounded it with Catalina so I wouldn't lose it. This is the strike force from Saratoga minus the Wildcats. I could not get them launched because those Wildcats that I left up earlier, they landed before I could get the other Wildcats up. So, and now I can't launch them for another 0.6 hours. There's this Kate over here, it looks like, that was coming after Task Force 10, I had launched some P-40s to intercept. So, and then they're on an intercept to shoot that flight down, however many there are. I have 5 Kitty Hawks here, and this is the aircraft from Hornet. I have the Wildcats here. I got 14 of them. It should be plenty from Hornet. 14 Wildcats, 17 Dauntlesses, 9 Avengers. From Saratoga, I have 37 Dauntlesses, 16 Avengers, and again 14 Wildcats. And we will be having this battle on the next episode. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do this. It's going to take a while, but we will begin it as soon as we start the next episode. I hope you're looking forward to that. I sure am. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you again next time.